Hello friends, happy Women's Day. I greet you all on this special day, March 8, 2024, which is celebrated at Women's Day. This day is truly special for us, all of us as women, when we want to feel empowered, when we want to feel special, and this talk is all about women empowerment. So, I would like to start from a quote which is very dear to me. Look like a girl, act like a lady, think like a man, work like a boss. This is real empowerment according to me. Besides, there are certain critical components of women empowerment which we associate with women's self-worth, our own worth, right to have and determine choices, then right to access to opportunities and resources, and right to power to control our own lives both outside the house and inside the house, and ability to influence the direction of the socio-economic landscape of our homes, of our country, of our lives. So what do we understand by women empowerment? Women empowerment is not really just a term, but it is a very important tool to make ladies' lives easy, successful, accomplished. Women must be given equal opportunities in every field. There should not be any pay disparity. Secondly, women should be skilled enough to earn their own livelihood, make their own choices about their career, marriage, children, everything. So these are few critical components of women empowerment. So my journey, okay, you would like to know my journey? Yeah, it is. I have traversed a journey from a very vulnerable teenager to a very empowered woman of 90s. The journey spans around 20 years of struggle, challenges, opportunities, difficulties, and choices. So, I would like to narrate my journey and take you through those upheavals which make an ordinary girl to lead an extraordinary life. Here I go. I was born in a middle class family of a working father and a homemaker mother. I grew up watching several restrictions being imposed on my mother from her in-laws' side, like she cannot work, she cannot do further education, she could not go outside alone, or she could not have any views on any topic, whether it belonged to house or outside. So it was a very restrained life. I always marveled why succumb to such a life. What is this? What crime she has committed to being a woman and creating beautiful children like us and running the household so beautifully? But those were the times. I was lucky. I was sent to good schools. I had freedom of expression and education, but with certain caveats. It's not that everything was served to me on a platter. Like, I was good in studies, I was good in extracurricular activities, so I was encouraged to take up that. But I will narrate an incident which changed the course of my life, and I knew what will be the life ahead. It was like this. My father used to go to visit noted lawyer in those days, Mr. Ram Jethmalani, in terms of some cases from his office. And when he used to come back, he used to narrate those incidents, his talks, his discussions, arguments, that what a dynamic man he is and how he handles cases and all. So as a child, maybe 7, 8 year old, I was very fascinated. One day I told my father, Papa, मैं भी criminal lawyer बन जाऊं? So he was quite aghast at that and he said, no, that is not a career choice for you. तुम बस वही पढ़ो जो हम तुम्हें कह रहे हैं, ऐसा करने की सोचना भी मत. So that chapter closed there and then. Still, I moved ahead. It was a joint decision that I will become a doctor and I will appear for all medical schools exams. I took up that, but I could not make a cut there. So I changed the course. I realized that I am very good at languages, and I had secured a merit position in English in my class 12th. So I completely changed the course and shifted to English honors, and then further studies in media studies. So it was like in those days it was a very very unusual career choice. Like, ये क्या पढ़ाई है, जर्नलिज्म कोई पढ़ना होता है क्या, जब्बा जोला जर्नलिस्ट होते हैं, and all those things I heard a lot in those days. But it, thankfully that freedom was given to me and I moved ahead. So now another kind of struggle began. Every job was challenging. Every job was a struggle to catch a promotion, to grab the pension, to be present for the appraisal, to get appreciation. Everything was very challenging because not very many girls were working on these days. It was like it is a stopgap arrangement between completing your education and till the time you get married. Ladies, girls' career was viewed like this in those days. I am very sorry to say that. That why give her promotion? She will leave after marriage. So very unfair treatment that way was given at that days. Now another kind of struggle began. I started working, doing very well in my job, rising ladders after promotion. Then another kind of struggle began when I was set out for marriage. On marriage front, with my average looks, dusky complexion, short height, and a big position, and very strong communication and thinking power, I was not considered a worthy marriage material in regular households. Now the struggle began. I will not say this is struggle, it was a pure exhibitionism of a well-educated, well-versed, well-placed girl as class 1 officer in government of UP before the boys and their parents and their families and whatnot. And I succumbed to those presentations, that same questions were asked and same answers were given, and the outcome was also same, like rejection outright. Complexion dark hai, height short hai, nahi bhai, no. And if I have not counted, but it was huge number of rejections which I faced as a young woman and class 1 officer of UP government, remember. So outside I was handling a team, I was a very powerful worker, all my bosses lent ear to me, I was visiting Vidhan Bhavan all the time to meet CM, to meet governor for my work, and I was given a car in which I used to travel to Vidhan Sabha, and everybody knew me in my area, outside my area, and I was doing extremely well in my field. And here I was facing rejection right from IS officers, doctors, engineers, writers, clerks, you name any caliber, any status of person. No, ये complexion तो नहीं चलेगा. अच्छा, as if I was a commodity. So I was very very shattered and I was very heartbroken. But I moved on. I kept on working well in my field, in my work, and holding it with strength. Okay, never mind. Nahi to nahi sahi. But one day I revolted against this exhibitionism and said, enough is enough. No more this business. If I have to get married, I will or I won't. So that helped me in good stead. And I expressed myself in so many ways that we are living in a racist society which evaluates girl on the basis of her complexion, and I was quite vocal about it. So nobody liked me for my expressions, nobody liked me for my boldness, but that was okay. But My thoughts were quite revolutionary at that time. Never mind. It was the darkest phase of my life, facing rejection after rejection and rising corporate ladder after ladder. So both things were going simultaneously. So you can imagine my mindset. Here I was being rejected by this, and here I was accepted by this. So my brain was like facing this kind of dichotomy. But as the destiny would have it, I got married. So now I was married and I had the career too. But one important thing I will tell you, I never left my career. I never thought, now I am married, I will sit idle. No. I was working with the same dedication when I was working when I was not married. So please girls, feel empowered always, whether you are married or you are not married. So this way, I am very glad that I am a witness to this society where girls are really empowered. They can speak their mind. They don't succumb to such exhibitionism, and I put it as racism towards their complexion, towards their height, or whatever, or towards their parents' incapacity to pay hefty dowries. That time, dowry was at its peak. If your parents could afford a big dowry, you could get married easily. If not, you hardly stood any chance. So, I am very proud. Times have changed. We are proud of our accomplishments and our education and our upbringing and our thinking. So, this is the time of real empowerment. But why empowerment is important? Empowerment is not important for me or you or my daughter or my sister or my family. It is important for every woman to build a healthy socio-economic fabric for a nation. Even my maid needs to be empowered. I always tell her, use your brain. Don't be dependent on anybody's brain. See, she is empowered. At least I have empowered few women in my life. So, I am glad that I am living amongst very empowered family now. So, to top it all, today's girls are physically, socially and economically empowered, independent, and this has become an economic game changer for the country. The number of women in the workforce today is contributing way ahead to the economy than in our times. Today, in India, women workforce is contributing 17% to the GDP, whereas in other countries it is 37%. So we need to catch up with that, and I am glad winds of change are blowing and there is a steady increase in number of women who are joining the workforce, who are working in spite of a family, well-paying jobs of the husbands, or being married into a well-off family. They want their identity. It's not about working for money. It is about working for yourself. So this is a very healthy change. And women empowerment not only addresses the need of we as women, it addresses the need of a nation also. Women is a key factor in achieving sustainability goals of 2030. Sustainable development goals which are defined for 2030 are not attainable, are not achievable if contribution of women is not there. Like women are bearing children, they are nurturing children, they are feeding children, they are doing everything to raise a family this way, and men are working in the society, in their offices and their workforce, in their fields, wherever they are working peacefully, because women are there to take care of these things. And this way they are contributing a lot towards the achievable sustainable goals of 2030. So the primary responsibility of a woman is seen as the nutrition of their children, their education and management of their households. Fair enough, nothing wrong in it. But they should not be made to feel lowly or succumb to certain oppression or looked down upon. Their work is equally important as a working woman in a corporate boardroom. This is the irony of our society, that if we are working at home, we are looked down upon. But things are changing. Women are raising their voice. Women are asking for their position. Women are making that they are financially secure. They have a good future ahead. They are investing in their talents. They are following their hobbies. They are solo travelers. They are entrepreneurs. They are working professionals. Even if they are at home, they are doing something to make their families financially secure. So we are progressing certainly towards an empowered society, but there is lot needs to be done, and I am very glad to note that Government of India, especially after 2014, has paid substantial attention to this aspect of the society where women are empowerment, so that India can be empowered. So government has taken initiative towards education of girls, encouraging them for higher education, then women's safety, opening of Jan Dhan accounts, Mudra Yojana, entrepreneurship programs through self-help groups. They are joining the labor force, and there is a reservation for women MPs. So what else you can ask for? Then there are special scheme to make their motherhood more enjoyable by a way of medical aid, by giving primary and tertiary care to the newborn baby. And now with the Ujjwala Yojana, every woman has a gas connection, and protection against the domestic violence, which has been the norm till few years ago. Even the ladies, even the women from the educated families, big families, were succumbed to this kind of domestic abuse, which has been taken care of by themselves, by their families, by their surroundings, and by the nation. So I will not say steps are on. So it is according to me, it is the joint responsibility of the society, of the citizens, of the men, of the women, and of the nation to make their women empowerment in whichever position they are, educated, uneducated, skilled, unskilled. It is our duty to lift them up. So these are some major steps which will go a long way in making women empowerment a reality, and I am contributing with my might in my capacity to empower few women around me, and how happy I feel about it. So you can't go to an NGO, you don't have access of a women group, or you can't reach out to a wider audience of women to make them empowered. Start from your home. Why not? Do it. See how happy you will feel. So if you are as a woman, you have empowered one woman, you have skilled one woman, you have helped one woman for coming out of her cocoons and do something in life, you are there. You are an empowered woman. So this is my message to all my women friends. Feel empowered, be empowered, and spread empowerment. You should ooze empowerment. Like sky is the limit for you. I am on this mission. Are you? Thank you.